guys, it's Ellen, and I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a while, but I've had some personal family stuff going on. But as you can tell, I am back in front of my bookcase, which I'm really excited. I gave it some more reorganization when I came home, and today I want to bring you can probably tell by the title, an unhaul. So I've been collecting a lot of books over the past couple months that have just really called out to me and I'm really excited to read. And as I look back over my book collection, there are some books on there that I'm just not as excited to read, and there's other books that either I've read and I didn't really enjoy that much, or maybe I don't know, there's some other reasons that I want to get rid of it. So I'm going to show you a pile of books that I am planning on unhauling, and unfortunately I can't send these books to you guys, even though I would love to. I just can't afford the shipping at this point. If you do see a book that is your favorite book of all time, feel free to tell me. I haven't given them away yet, so maybe I'll decide to keep them. Probably not, but just let me know and maybe I'll check it out at the library at some point. Right, so here are the books that I am planning on getting rid of. The first book that I'm planning on getting rid of is called What She Left for Me, and this is by Tracy Peterson. I don't know really anything about this book. I got it basically for free at a library book sale. It was fill a bag for $2, something like that. And I didn't really look at the description. It just kind of looked interesting. But I've seen it on my shelf and I am just really not excited about reading it. It looks like it's kind of about a girl who needs to seek refuge with her mother who she's estranged from. So, I mean, I do enjoy family stories, but this one just really doesn't call out to me. So I'm going to be getting rid of this one. The next book may come as a surprise, but it is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. And no, I'm not disliking this book at all. I absolutely love this book. It's one of my favorites of all time. But I am planning on, hopefully in the near future, getting like a nice copy of this. I found this on a secondhand bookstore, and it's an art copy, and I don't like the cover, and I don't like the size. It's just, I don't need to have this copy. I've already read it. So I'm planning on getting like really like nicer copies because I do love this series so much. The next book I want to get rid of is The Paris Wife, and this is by Paula McLean. This one I believe is about a fictional wife of Ernest Hemingway, and I think it's an interesting plot, but I don't know much about Ernest Hemingway. I haven't really read many of his books, and I read on the back there's like some other like literary references that I really just don't get, and so maybe in the future when I've read those books and like known those authors, I will understand sort of what's going on in this book, but for right now this isn't something that I'm really interested in. Another book that I like to get rid of is South of Superior, and this is by Ellen Airgood, which is funny because that's my name, Ellen. But I picked this one up on a whim. I believe it was like really cheap at a library book sale, because it just kind of looked cute. It had like the plaid on the side. I will admit I judged a book by its cover, and again, it's another one of those ones that I see on my shelf and I just don't want to read it. I just don't feel like it. And again, if I change my mind, I can go to the library and get it there, so I don't really want this one on my shelf anymore. This one might be a little bit controversial. I know I've talked about this in videos before about my opinions on Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. In my opinion, for how I felt about the book, I was a little bit generous. I really didn't like this book. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the plot twist. I just didn't like it. And I'm really sorry if this is your favorite book. I know a ton of people love it, and I still recommend it to people who love thrillers. It just really was not my cup of tea. And so I'm going to pass it along to somebody who is probably going to be really excited to have it and read it. I also watched the movie recently and didn't like that either. I don't know why I thought I would like the movie if I didn't like the book, but I gave it a try and I didn't like it, so sorry. This next one is The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I picked this one up, again, library book sale. It's pretty much where I get like a lot of my books, and like thrift stores. But I've heard a lot of things about this first book and about the like the movie that came out around it. And I hear that the first book is really good, but I have also heard really negative things about the rest of the series, and I don't want to go into a series knowing or believing that the ending won't be good, because that's just, then I don't have anything to look forward to. And so I wasn't that excited about this one to begin with, so I figure why do that to myself? I should save myself the misery and of having a bad ending to a series and just not start it in the first place. I might end up watching the movie for that one, I'm not sure, because it is an interesting plot, but I don't really want to get into the book series. Next up, I have another advanced reader's copy that I found at a library book sale that I want to get rid of, and this one I don't plan on getting a real full finished copy of it because, as I've said in a couple videos before, this was not a book that I really enjoyed that much. It's by Rainbow Rowell called Landline, as you can see, and I don't know. I don't need to have this. Yeah, so I didn't love the book. I don't love this copy, so it is out of here. This next book is The Host by Stephenie Meyer, and this is a huge book, and that is part of the reason why I'm getting rid of it. I read Stephenie Meyer's, all of the Twilight series, and they were okay. I liked them. I know there's obviously a huge following around those, but I found that even as I was reading them, they were a little bit young for me. I read them a couple years ago. As I was reading them, I enjoyed them, but I felt that it was a little bit on the younger side for me. And so this one I just am not excited about. It's a huge book. I'm guessing her writing is going to be quite similar in this story. So I just keep looking at it and saying I don't think that I'm ever going to read that. So it's going to be going to a better home. This last one might come as another surprise for you guys, but this one is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. Okay, I tried. I really tried, and I know so many people love this book, and they say the ending's great, and the journey throughout is really cool, and maybe it's a really stupid reason why I don't like this book, but one of the main reasons is that there are so many italics in here. Like, every other word is italicized. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it just takes me out of the story when I'm reading. And I can't get back in. I can't enjoy the story. I do love like how this is set up. It has like pictures of web pages and stuff like that, and some other just really interesting content. And what I did read, which is maybe a quarter of the book, the story was pretty interesting, but it didn't capture my attention enough to override the fact that I was just annoyed while I was reading it and frustrated. And I feel like the author just didn't have confidence in the reader that they could know where the words should be italicized, where they should be emphasized. Okay, I don't know if that's stupid, but I don't want to read it. I don't want to finish it, so I'm giving it a better home. Okay, that's it for now. I bet I will be doing another one of these sometime in the future. I'm not sure, because I do want to start cleaning out my my TBR shelf. Actually, I mix TBR and read already, but I want to clean up my shelves and get rid of books that either I've read and I don't like, or I haven't read and I'm not interested in. So I'll be doing another one of these purges at some point, because it feels really good, and I feel like I can get other books that I'm more excited about. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!